Willie D Live.
In the studio, Corey Lamar. What's up, King?
So, man, how you feel, Willie?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little better, man, and I'm feeling a little better than I did before I got here, man. You know, it was a long flight for me. I know you had an easy flight, but my flight, I had a little turbulence.
Okay.
Yeah, you fly a lot?
I've slowed down. You know what I used to, yeah. I'm freaking with flying, yeah.
Do that turbulence ever
It'll
bother
affect,
you?
yeah, very concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. We had a little bit today, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like some flights I've been on. Yeah. So I know what that turbulence is, man. Yeah. Very concerning.
Yeah, man. Once you get up there and that turbulence, there ain't nothing you can do.
You can do.
Once them doors shut, you take off. You can't do nothing but pray.
That's right. That's all.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No doubt.
Man, how are you getting along, man? You know, in the wake of Quan.
To be honest, man, well, it's still difficult.
Yeah.
Still seems surreal, man.
Yeah.
September the 5th was 1 year
Mm-hmm.
that I actually lost my son. I'm still in denial.
Mm.
Still seems surreal, man. I'm 55 years old. I just raised my hand to get me some help, man. I see a therapist, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the darkest moments in my life, man. Not only my son, but my best friend.
Mm.
Not only my best friend, but my business partner, man. You know, talk to this kid 9, 10 times a day, man. You know, the day before he transitioned, man, I looked at my phone. We was on the phone 11 times, man. Managed him, advised him. You know what I'm saying? Like very day to day with my son, man.
Yeah, that's what I was. I didn't really understand the nature of the relationship and how close you guys were, but yeah, man, you've been more than a father, man. You've been, a protector. You've been a manager.
Yeah.
You've seen, both sides, of the game. You've seen the streets. You've seen the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, how has that been? Like once when you found out that Rich Homie Quan was dead, your son was dead. What's the initial reaction and how did you find out?
So what happened, I got a call from his son's mom, and I missed the call. When I read the text message, she said that Quan was non-responsive. I needed to get to the house. So I redirected myself to go to his home. When I got to his home, they were bringing him out on the stretcher. So when they was bringing him out on the stretcher, I asked, could I ride with him? They said, no, you can't ride. So I went in the house and started praying, man. Just praying. And a buddy of mine called me and asked me where was I at. I said, what's up? He said, you need to get to the city. I said, I'm already here. I'm at Quan's house. And he held the phone. I said, you got something you need to tell me. And it dawned on me that his kid's mom worked with EMS. I remember, meeting her earlier. And he was holding the phone, and I said, Trent, tell me, what is it? He said, man, I just got off the phone with such and such, and he held the phone. I said, Trent, come on with it. He said, man, Quan didn't make it. And I was devastated. But I was still holding out hope, waiting on the call from the hospital. And as I was sitting there, I got a call. And one of my family members said, the doctor in there to talk to us. I said, put him on speakerphone. And I heard her say that Mr. Lamar came in with a very weak pulse, heartbeat. And I heard her say, we did everything we could to revive him. But unfortunately, he didn't make it. And that's when the what if kicked in. I was thinking about like, what if,
But what if you had been there?
Like, what if Quan passed, man? thinking about what if he passed. Oh, how many lives would be affected? I used to tell my son all the time, the decisions you make don't only affect you, son. We got 5 kids, man. 4 baby mamas, mama, dad, and brother, sister, a host of friends. One of the reasons why I take podcast interviews now is to bring awareness, man, of like mental illness and mental depression amongst our community, man. My son was in a very dark place, man. Money, clothes, jewelry had nothing to do with his mental at that time.
Can you expound on that, man? Because there are people watching us right now, and they're listening to the words that's coming out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And in their mind, money is the end all be all. Money is going to fix everything in their life. And when they hear people who have money or who've had money say things like money ain't everything and money don't buy happiness, and you can have money and still be in a dark place and still feel lonely. Expound on that. Like, it, make people understand as much as you can that money ain't the end all be all.
No, a lot of times money is the beginning of a lot of bad things.
Mm.
You have to realize, man, like the majority of the entertainers, actors, people that we look up to, a lot of times, bro, they're responsible for a lot of people's livelihood. And a lot of times those people who depend upon them are not honest with them. Because I don't want to cut my paycheck off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, you have to realize, like, one of them rap songs say, more money, more problems. Since my son transitioned, I probably experienced a pinch of what he went through every day, all day. People pulling on you here, people pulling on you there. I need this, I need that. And like my entertainment attorney said, he said it best. These entertainers become commodities, man. And I've been raised when you laugh, the world laugh with you. But when you cry alone, man. And I used to talk to my son, and I got text messages in my phone where I used to say, hey, man, whatever you're going through, your answer is not in a pill bottle, a liquor bottle, or a lean bottle. You follow me? When I lost my son, man, before I lost him, Willie, I could go buy me a 4-pack of wine coolers, right? I would drink 1 or 2, and them other 2 would sit in the refrigerator, man, 4, 5 months. When I found myself making mixed drinks twice a day. But I had to gather myself and say, hey, the same information you gave your son, it's the same information that applies to you as well. Your answer not in a bottle. But to those out there who think money is the answer, it's a lot come with it. You can attest to that. And the sad part about it, man, in our community, we've been raised and trained like, man, don't cry. You deal with it. You tough it up. You suck it up and you keep moving. At 55 years old, when I raised my hand for therapy, it started out as grief therapy, okay? And I ended up going into my childhood traumas. I've been carrying so much stuff so many years, man. Because I thought if you cry, you weep. But as I got older, man, I understand crying is a sign of pain, man. You don't necessarily have to be weak because you shed a tear. Well, I shed a tear damn near every day thinking about my son. Does that make me weak? No, not at all. But I'm telling you, man, the message, man, that we have to get out. It's okay to get you some help, man. If your check engine light come on in your car, you take it to the shop. If you stump your toe, you go to the doctor. So if this not right, go get some help, man. I had to get some help, man. I was about to spiral out of control, man. And I'm the matriarch of my family. They depend on me. And Imagine, man, waking up 6 o'clock in the morning and you look over at the clock and it's 12:13 and you ain't left out the bedroom, man. I'm trying to figure it out. But I got grandkids. I got other people. Still got a business to run. I have an estate. I got a label. I still got music to put out. And at the same time, I'm still in the process of grieving, man. This kid was my everything, bro. This was my man. We talked, we communicated. He didn't do anything business-wise without communicating with me, man. And you wake up one day and he gone, 35 years old. But the message I got out of it was, live your life, man. Tomorrow's not promised. See, I'm one of them, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But got a whole new outlook on life now. This chapter in my life is for me now, man.
Let me jump in right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier you said, I know you meant patriarch, you said
Mm-hmm.
matriarch, but being the patriarch of the family,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's looking for you, looking
Mm-hmm.
at you for the answers.
Mm-hmm.
When Quan was going through what he was going through, did you know at all, did you sense any depression at all?
Depression, I wouldn't say I sensed depression. I just knew he wasn't happy.
Did you ever figure out what the source of that was?
The source, man, it was like Quan, like the average man, he want his cake and eat it too, you know? And was in situations that he wasn't, they just wasn't happy, man. You follow me? But a lot of times we, as men, we sacrifice our happiness to make others happy, man. And that's what
That's
and
true.
that's what he did.
That's true.
He sacrificed his happiness to make somebody else happy, man. And I had a conversation with him one day, and I said, I want to ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me. Have the way I live my life affected your life or help you make decisions in your life? And he said, Dad, if I have to be honest, yes. He said a kid's first hero is his dad. Meaning that kids do what they see, man. He saw me in relationships with it that I should have left, man. You follow me? But I didn't. Think about it from time to time, like, damn, if I'd have got out of that and Quan would have seen how my life was, maybe he would have did the same thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He had multiple kids. He loved women, bro. You feel me? Young, money, good looking, so you know how it go, man. You follow me? I'm not here to bash anybody, but he just wasn't in a space that he wanted to be in, man. And when I grew up and I ran into adversities and trials and tribulations, see, my grandparents taught me to get on my knees and pray. This new generation, man, they got all kind of vices they turn to. Whether it's the pills, whether it's the drink, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, the other drugs, you follow me? Thinking that that's the answer, man, and it's not. That's why, man, like as a community, man, we got to get help, man. We got to educate them, man. It's okay to raise your hand and say I need some help, man.
Did he ever see you going through something and witness how you dealt with it in a healthy way?
If I would say, if I answer that truthfully, no, because the way I dealt with it wasn't healthy. I stayed. It's not healthy. But it's like when you, as men, you have a tendency to put so many people in front of you. And what happens is when you do that, man, it becomes life, you know? It becomes your norm. And that was my norm, like, okay, this ain't the situation for me, but what I'm gonna do about it? I ignored it as a man, just being honest with you.